Okay, so that's what I mean by an ITP, individual training plan. So what are some of the purposes for having an ITP? It's a pathway to achieving your goals, right? Accountability, yes. Just to follow the WODs as we put out blindly will probably lead to injury, you know, and I state that in the FAQs and it's written in the book. You need to modify and mold it. You're going to mold it based upon what things that are, why would you mold, or what are some of the conditions that would cause you to mold your ITP? Ability, injury, goal, your progress, right? How much of the gap you need to close in certain areas, right? Life circumstances, things show up, you might have to reset your ITP. One last thing we didn't cover is to make sure that your training is balanced, right? And that we're covering all 5 mountains. We're not training in a lopsided manner. Most people in the old days, and probably still today, like Globo Gym type training is very, very lopsided, one-dimensional, right? And we want to make sure that our training is integrated and is developing us as a whole person, both physically, mentally, emotionally, intuitionally, spiritually, right? Which brings me to my next point. Which of our 5 mountains are trained in your individual training plan? All of them. Hoo-yah! Okay, what are the primary tools that are combined into your individual training plan? OPWOD, right. Within the OPWOD, you're covering strength, stamina, work capacity, durability, endurance, and mental toughness. Good. That's your first and major tool that sets the primary battle rhythm of your ITP. Whatever version of the OPWOD that you use, whether you break it apart, whether you do 1 a week or 3 a week or 5 a week, that provides kind of the center post for your physical, mental training. What else? The skills of the big 4, whether you train it in warrior yoga or you do it in spot drills, but developing the inner, right, the working in part should be programmed and part of your training plan. So the way I do that is through warrior yoga, because warrior yoga includes all of the skills. Breath, mindful movement, visualization, right? Positivity. Okay. Team training, you're right, it's in your tool. Who said team training? Yeah, so team training, training with a team. If you have an individual workout 5 days a week, but you like to get together on Saturdays, anyone have that kind of battle rhythm where they get together once a week and train together as a team? Awesome. And that team workout is different, isn't it? Oftentimes you're going to go harder, you're going to hold yourself to a higher standard, right? You're not going to let your teammates down. Emotional development happens. This is one of the primary ways to develop through the training program, to develop the emotional side, right? You train with a team, you get held accountable, you have to hold, you know, other people accountable. There's a lot that goes on in that mushy kind of emotional world. What other elements are part of an ITP? So I'm looking for something else. We talked about 2 training models, the discipline model and the crucible model. Your ITP should plan for challenges and crucibles. Well, goal setting is definitely driving the show here, right? When you know, that's one of the purposes of what's your goal. If your goal is Kokoro, your training plan is going to look different than if your goal is just to train, right, to maintain. Take responsibility for your own development as a human being, right? Don't leave it to your coach or teacher or mom or dad, or nature.